halftime, full time, extra time. Debonair's Pizza. Try something amazing.
Welcome to another edition of KickOff on the Couch, proudly sponsored to you by our friends at Debonair's. With me today is Makasumka Zuma and Fabio De Dominicus. It's the day before the first Soweto derby of the season, the Carling Black Label Cup. It's an interesting voting process so far and some interesting team lineups that Prof's got there. Prof, about the Black Label Cup, how do coaches see it? Is it something they can use to like further tactics or to get a better idea of how the team's going to play, or because the fans are in charge, is it just a case of, it's just another opportunity to give the players a run out and get them fit?
I think it would work for both the coaches and the fans, because first half it will be the fans that will be actually in charge of the team. Then in the second half, the coach will take charge of the team. So it actually works both ways. Okay.
And in terms of the team, in terms of what you've seen, I mean, who are you looking forward to seeing? There's obviously a couple of new signings in, but some of the guys obviously came in too late to make it into the starting 11.
For Chiefs, I think Sianda Kulu will be one of the guys. Mostly, also the fans want to see show how he will do on the field, and also for Pirates, because the Pirates fans were actually crying for the 4-4-2. So having Majoro and Erasmus on the starting lineup will also work well for Pirates.
And it'll be interesting to see if Sianda can actually step into the massive void that's been left by Tefu, obviously. So. Speaking of South African football, obviously still, the transfer window has been busy, if not a little bit unusual. For instance, like Sundowns, who signed, every player and his dog in the last 2 seasons, this season so far, only signed the one player, and trimmed quite a lot.
Yeah, I think Pizzo's doing a good job there. I think getting rid of a lot of the dead weight, that he will, like unused players that haven't really been given a run. And I think he's building a solid core from last season, where they obviously didn't do too badly, runners-up position, and getting rid of that dead weight. I think he can concentrate on getting that consistency that Sundowns need, instead of always chopping and changing, and I think they're looking good for a solid campaign coming up.
And obviously having a manageable squad at training would be nice, not having 50 guys running around. Prof, KickOff's still a week away obviously for the new season, but from what you've seen of the early season signings and just how the teams have shaped up maybe in the pre-season tournaments, who would you put your money on this season?
Probably maybe Sundowns. They've only signed so far one player, and Dolly is back, and also Mangele, because they've signed Mangele last year. Then they're loaning back to Stars, so he's back again at Sundowns. So that will also add them on the midfield, how they're gonna actually work. Because also Dolly took Belembe's number, because Belembe left as well. Sundowns went to, I think it's Vets.
Yeah, I went to Vets, and speaking of Vets, again, good business during the off-season, right?
Exactly, that's what I was also going to say. Wits, Pelembe, they've got Plate, Ali from Ajax Cape Town that's come in, so they're looking very strong. Supersport have also made a few good signings and could make still a few coming up, possibly Bongani Kumalo. So I don't know if it's...
And Kwanda and there's talk of a few more.
Bengu's there now as well. So I don't know about title contenders. Gordon Egerson keeps saying, don't want to say I'm going to win the title, but I want to be in contention. And I think with the side that he's building and with consistency again there, they'll definitely give the big three a run for their money.
And Chiefs, it's difficult to say, because as we're filming this, we still don't know where Masango and Kuna are going to end up. For all we know, when this video comes out, Kuna might have re-signed or might have been told to, bugger off. But how do you think they'll do this season? New coach, missing a few players?
I think they won't do that well, but I think they'll maintain. Probably will be on the top 3 as well, to be fighting for the championship, because it's a new coach. Roughly, I think it's like 8 maybe players that have introduced in the team. But it's not only Chiefs who also introduced like a lot of players. We've got also Bloemfontein Celtic have signed probably how many players? 11, and Cosmos also have signed a lot of players, and also Free State Stars 12 players. So a lot of teams that have changed. It's not only Chiefs that have changed. So
it'll take a while to get those players to gel.
So it's going to be like from the bottom going up. Everyone's going to be fighting. But it's going to be actually an interesting season that's coming up.
Let's just touch on Pirates. Obviously, they basically been playing throughout the year with the CAF Confederations Cup and all that. How do you see them doing? They've bought some clever players. A very experienced goalkeeper in Avono. They've got Tena and Doro. What do you think?
And obviously Kabuza up front as well. So they've got a lot of strikers, as you said. Interesting to see how Majoro and Erasmus play together in the Carling Cup and Carling Black Level Cup, and if that bodes well for something that Tinkler might use throughout the season. But as stated in the edition of the August edition of KickOff magazine, up to 9 fixtures in August. It's going to be a rough ride for Pirates, and to see whether they'll be up there and thereabouts at the end of the season, I think we'll have to see. Maybe we can make a call December time, see if the fixtures have caught up with them, because they haven't
was a
had
problem last year.
Exactly, haven't had a pre-season CAF Confederations Cup. Then they've still got MTN 8 and the league back into CAF fixtures this month, so it's going to be difficult. But as you said, some good signings. So if Tinkler can manage his squad, man management, and then obviously the rotation and when to use players, when to rest them, that's going to be key.
I actually take it as a positive thing as for them, even though the people are crying that they haven't have an off-season break. But also for a coach, he's got a lot of players. So for him, is to rotate the players, keep them fit, and maintain everything. For them, I think it's a bonus for them to be playing throughout the pre-season and going to the new season.
In fact, let's touch on just a bit of international football quickly. The English season unofficially gets underway this week with the Community Shield. Arsenal, Chelsea.
Yep.
How do you see the English Premier League panning out?
Yeah, I think it's also going to be a very interesting season. A lot of changes happening in Manchester United. Obviously, the likes of Depay, Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Damian
Van
coming
Gaal
in.
playing football manager.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously the new goalkeeper, Sergio Romero. So a lot of changes coming in there. So I'm not sure how Van Gaal is going to manage all these squad players and who's going to play. And obviously there's still that De Gea, if he might go, if he might stay.
And Di Maria, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So he's looking close to moving to PSG. So Manchester United, I don't think title contenders just yet, but I think your likes of obviously Chelsea, City, and possibly Arsenal. They've kept obviously a good addition with Petr Cech, but if they keep their squad consistent, 1 or 2 nifty bars as Wenger does,
and there's a link with Benzema, and I tell you, if they can get Benzema and already solidified at the back with Petr Cech.
Yeah, I think City will come with another big signing. I mean, it's just been Sterling and Delph basically so far, so they'll obviously want to reinforce. Chelsea, no real big signings yet. Obviously, just Falcao in on loan, but again, if they keep the majority of the squad that they had last season, obviously you saw what they did winning the league, so it'll be good to see.
Cool, gents. Let's wrap us up. Have some pizza. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to Debonaise for sponsoring pizza, and remember to get the latest edition of KickOff. It's a beaut. It's out on the shelf now. So thank you very much.
Half time. Full time. Extra time. Debonaise Pizza. Try something amazing.